and I are delighted to see so many of you here today to celebrate the marriage of Graham and Lee. I know some of you have to come quite a distance, and you're more than welcome on this occasion. Lynn and I want to particularly thank Dave and Aileen, Graham's parents, for their kind generosity and their enormous help in arranging today's event. I'd also like to thank friends and family for all their help in the planning that's gone into an occasion such as this. It's taken a lot of time and patience to get things organised, and decisions have sometimes been difficult to reach. Colour of ties was a major issue over this whole event, and I'm glad to see I've only clashed with about 6 other people. In particular, I'd like to thank the Reverend Brian Tilsley, who was the minister this afternoon. I thought his sermon was first class. Unfortunately, he's not able to be with us this afternoon, but nevertheless, a heartfelt thanks towards him. I'd also like to thank these entourage. I don't think it could be described as anything other than that, and who have assisted her throughout the day. It's also good to see so many of these friends from our school days, both in Symington and in Biggar. These friendships have gone on for 20, 30 years, and it's most gratifying to see that on this particular occasion. When preparing for a speech like this, there's never a shortage of people with advice about, you should start with something brief. Or don't tell jokes because you can't tell them.
Who said that?
Well, I'm not going to do either of those things. We've got nearly 3 hours to the evening guest arrives, so the floor's mine. I should say something about Lee, I suppose, in all of this. She's had many roles in her life. She's obviously daughter, sister, aunt, granddaughter, friend, teacher, but today she takes on a new role as a bride and as a wife, and never has she moved. No luck. I have to say, however, that she's not always quiet and serene the way she has been today. In fact, she entered this world screaming and shouting. I was there, I know, and making her presence felt. And to be frank with you, rarely has she been quiet herself. She's very fortunate in some regards. She's got her mother's good looks. She's got her mother's brains. She's got the patience of a saint. She cooks like Nigella Lawson and drives like Michael Schumacher. And she writes a cracking Father of the Bride speech. And did I mention she also made the wedding cake? She's still trying to put words into my mouth. And it was with Graham's assistance, I have to say. Lee said to me earlier that if I was kind to her in this speech, that when I was old, she would make sure I was going to a good home. And she said, if I was extremely nice to her, she would make sure it was a different one from her mother. Lee has always wanted to be a teacher, and I remember her first day at school. When she came home, her mother asked her if she'd enjoyed her first day at school, and she replied, yes, it was good. And her mother said, and did you cry? And she said, no, I didn't cry, she said, but the teacher did. Then on another occasion, still in the school team, I remember a teacher saying to her, teacher couldn't understand how one person could make that many mistakes with her homework. And Lee immediately responded by saying, I didn't, my dad helped me. I should say something about the groom, shouldn't I? I have to say that if this part of the speech has been censored, when we first met Graham, we were introduced to this bearded young man, and his, what sticks in my memory was the fact that his shirt was hanging out. I was informed by my daughter that that's the fashion. However, we are delighted to have the right thing, and that they are married. And no, it's not. So we're doing all right. Partly Graham's a wee bit of a gadget freak. If it's small and slim and gives you non-stop information 24/7, he's got to have it. See why he's a factory leader. Graham, a few words of advice. You know, I've been married a long time. When you get married, what's the kind of whole new meaning? You know, when Lee says to you, Graham, could you do that? You might think that's a question. You might even teach the kids at school that that's a question. But in fact, it's not. Believe me, it's an instruction. Then when she says to you, Graham, when are you going to do that? That's not a question either. That means there has been 2 nanoseconds since the previous request, and you're still sitting there playing the guitar. One or two other things you should remember. Behind every successful man is a surprise mother-in-law. I'm almost at the end, you'll all be pleased to know. But there is an old Chinese proverb which I think you should also remember. And it says, the man who gives in when he is wrong is wise. The man who gives in when he is right is married. Today is all about 2 people and their decision to spend the rest of their lives together. We wish them God's blessing, good luck, and great joy, today and always. So please, ladies and gentlemen, would you stand and raise your glasses to Lee and Graham, the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.